There is Luke Bronin, two-time mayor of Hartford. He is the projected winner in the 1st Congressional District seat, beating John Larson, who had held the seat since 1999. He's talking about momentum. He's painting himself as an outsider, trying to make a change in Washington. We'll see if he can do it.
He also used the words a political earthquake.
Yes.
And of course, this is, he has challenged for the first time in 28 years. Congressman John Larson was challenged, and he lost that challenge tonight to Luke Bronin, the projected Democratic primary winner tonight in the 1st District. He spoke of change. He spoke of bringing that change. And of course, he still has another hurdle to get past.
That's right.
But his name will be on the ballot. We want to welcome in Dr. Bilal, Sekou, poli-sci professor at the University of Hartford. We always enjoy your insight. Was this a big surprise to you?
I wouldn't call it a big surprise. When you really think about it, Luke Bronin was able to pull this off because it's really difficult to beat incumbents. But he had a couple things going for him. First of all, he won the party endorsement, right?
Yeah.
Second, he was able to raise as much money as John Larson, if not even more.
And that's rare.
Than John Larson, and that is really rare. And he had name recognition. People knew him in the district because he's a former mayor. All of these are normally disadvantages when people run against an incumbent who's been in office for a lot of years. And finally, the public seems, and if these numbers hold up, there was a real desire for change in the 1st District.
So he talked about affordability. He talked about the wealth gap, which I find is interesting. He grew up in a pretty well-heeled neighborhood. He's a Rhodes Scholar. He's got his undergraduate degree and law degree from Yale.
Yeah.
Right.
So, he's actually kind of a blue blood himself.
Yeah.
He's painting himself as an outsider, and he's trying to help the common man.
But I think certainly for people who are challenging some of these incumbents, presenting themselves as being outsiders, presenting themselves as really being progressive, and also presenting themselves as bringing new ideas into the party is something they all want to do. And he's really striking the chord for a lot of those issues that a lot of these progressives around the country are talking about. So it'll be interesting to see how much he follows up on this. It isn't necessarily his track record, but he's striking the right chords right now.
Do you think that this is something that we will see on a larger landscape? Voters had a very big choice here.
Yeah.
Do you send seniority? Do you send experience back to Washington, at least get it on the ballot for the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
Or do you want to see generational change?
Yeah. And I think voters want a little bit of both, but I think there's certainly out there people who want to see generational change. But it's not just that they want to push people out because they're older, but they want to inject new ideas, new energy. Democrats out here feel like the party right now has not been fighting the way they need to be fighting.
To that end, we saw how many news conferences in the last 6 months to a year when Democrats would come out in front of a podium and say, we sent President Trump a strongly worded letter. and Bronin kind of took that and said, look, new energy. He kept saying the phrase, new energy. And it seems as if
people are like, we need more than just letters. We need to really take this fight to the president, take this fight to what is going on at the national level. And that is something that a lot of Democrats around the country are really feeling in their bones.
Dr. Bilal Sekou, poli-sci professor at the University of Hartford, we do thank you for your expertise and your insight this evening on what is a big night in Connecticut politics, that's for sure.
And make sure you stay with us. We're going to have more primary results on the news at 11. If you want to see all the speeches that have already taken place tonight, super easy to do so. Just go to the NBC Connecticut YouTube page. If you'd like to scan that QR code, it'll bring you there quickly. And we're going to have so much more of our Election Day coverage coming up tonight at 11. And don't forget, the general election Tuesday, November 3rd. We'll see you in a bit.